Hello, Hill Country family and friends. This is Pastor Al, and we are beginning these devotions. The elders, and we hope in the future some others, will be putting together at least 2 devotions per week, and just to be a source of encouragement for our church family. And we want to start with the miracles of Jesus Christ. And one of the first miracles that Jesus did was healing the leper. You know, leprosy back then was a terrible, terrible disease. Leviticus 13 says this: "The leprous person who has the disease shall wear torn clothes, let the hair of his head hang loose, and shall cover his upper lip," had to wear a mask, "and cry out, 'Unclean, unclean,' and he shall remain unclean as long as he has the disease. He shall live alone." What a terrible, painful, lonely way to live. But there's good news, great news. Jesus healed that leper, and Jesus is here to heal us as well. In Matthew 8, 1-2, it says, "Jesus came down from the mountain and large crowds followed him. And a leper came to him and bowed down before him and said, 'Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean.'" Large crowds. That leper had to violate all the rules of the leprosy game back then to get through the crowds to Jesus. He was probably shouting, "Unclean, unclean," and people were scattering out of his way. And then he came well within 10 feet up to Jesus and bowed down. What an example for us. Whatever it takes, get close to Jesus. Don't let anything or anyone stop you, because he has the power to make us well. And then his attitude was such a lesson for us. He bowed down before him, a humble submission before God. That's right. And said, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Lord, if you are willing. He didn't demand. He submitted to the will of Jesus Christ. You can make me clean. He had 100% confidence that Jesus could make him clean. Well, what happened? Matthew 8:3, "And Jesus stretched out his hand and said, and touched him, saying, 'I am willing, be cleansed.' And immediately his leprosy was cleansed." You look at that man's face, isn't that precious? He was so blessed by Jesus's touch, perhaps even more so than the healing. Jesus wants to touch your heart, and there's no greater joy every day than to experience and feel the touch of Jesus Christ. Now, I don't know exactly the timing of how Jesus will touch you or me. Every day is a new adventure, but he wants to. Come to him, and he will touch you. Then Jesus said something very strange. "See that you tell no one, but go and show yourself to the priest and present the offering that Moses commanded as a testimony to them." What's up with this? I believe it's this. Jesus wanted the man to focus more on the healer than on the healing. And we should do the same in our lives. That we present ourselves as healed to people, yes, but then point to Jesus Christ. So the lessons are threefold. Compare your faith to the lepers, his submission to God's will and confidence in God's power. Bring your stuff to Jesus. He can and will heal you. And Jesus is willing. It's just a matter of when and how. God bless. Go with God in your heart and be a blessing. Talk to you later.